done an awesome thing this past weekend. We actually went to the Bakehouse Art Complex, and we went to the Art Walk. Bakehouse Art Complex was a nice event. We took some of the students out there. We met so many local artists, and they're really welcoming to us coming out there and talking to them. They also want to collaborate with us and come up with a project. They told us that we would have to come up with the idea, and then they were willing to go to make the necessary steps to actually get it to happen. As far as that, we didn't take it any route as far as creating a showcase or something like that. I'm also working with a guy that's in the Bakehouse Art Complex that wants to work with us. He said that we're going to work with Ms. G to do either a poster show or something like that. But he decided he wants to do something more than just a poster show. If anybody has any ideas, that would be helpful. Does anybody have any ideas as far as that? To do a showcase.
And did you hear about there's these functions out there for 15? They were doing like a teaching. And if you were school, but I guess nobody heard. It's called about 15. Yeah, but I think I better talk to the guy to see if you have entrances, because it was like Puma gave some shirts and they had it in when you go to their job, he had the shirts and everything.
It was t-shirt design contest.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about that? Puma one? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because I actually had like
I didn't. Okay, I don't think you guys know what's still going on right here.
I don't want the guys to see if we can still do it because the competition doesn't like the 29th is when they're gonna close it. I think if they have t-shirts, we might still do it. There's actually someone that stole one of my shirts, so she gave me that shirt to do it again. But I can talk to them.
Can you please talk to John? This is another John. Yeah, we can definitely go ahead with that. We be well meet with that. Will you be able to come here next Wednesday? Okay, come to the bring me the information as far as that. Also, we went to the art walk, and it was pretty good. We actually interviewed a lot of the local artists there, and it was really great experience. I believe Zod can attest to that. This man right here was interviewing left and right, and we had at least 3 cameras out there. And they actually wanted to collaborate with us on that. We're actually going to see if we can make a montage video. And we also did an interview, if I'm correctly.
We did an interview what?
We did interviews.
Yeah.
We all that can be added content to the magazine as well. Do actually doing that whole thing with the interview and art walk, you actually got a connection from the guy, the owner of ID Art Store. So this was really a good networking thing, because what happened was I actually met him when I was printing my stuff out from midterm. I was in Kinko's. This guy comes up to me and tells me, hey, I seen you before. I'm like, I don't know you. How do you know me? He said, oh, I saw you guys were interviewing artists, during the art walk. And so, what do you guys do? And I started explaining, what this club's about and what we're trying to do. He was, really excited. He told me that he was the owner of the ID Art Stores. And so that's one of our target companies that we want to get as a local business to invest in the magazine. So with that being said, I'm really happy, and I got a connection with him. He also has a warehouse too that he said if you guys want to do any photo shoots, any art showcases, we can use that. We just need to come up with an event where that we can use it. We have a lot of resources to it in our favor. We just need ideas which we can come up with. Also, Mike, I want to ask you as far as the magazine is concerned, with the rates, and like that.
Well, in terms of the rates, we can start off at $250 just to get things to get you coming in. $250 whether it's a half page. Maybe I was thinking $500 for the premium page, which is the back page 2 or page 1. Because the cover is page 1 and page 2 are the premium spots. We could charge $500 for those. I mean that might be that might not be too unreasonable. Worst case, we'll get 250, and we'll get an agreement with them for more than just one newsletter. But I'm thinking maybe if we get them for, let's say, 4 quarters, we can charge them 250, and that's already between them is $1,000 every single for just one advertiser. I mean, in terms of the actual, whether we're doing half a page or full page, that we just have to determine. But once we get the layout, and once I can basically see how everything's going to work out, then I'll have a better idea of the prices.
Okay, and as far as the layout is concerned, if you guys check the transfer drive, I actually dropped the sheet layout in there. It's actually just a bare naked layout as far as like the page numbers concerned, and as far as it flipping from one side, double side, to the other side, to the fashion side. So you guys can just check it out. It's in the transfer drive. It's called the sheet.
Actually, also one more thing. For every major could have their own company that wants to advertise with them. For example, if there's a boutique or a retail shop that wants to advertise, we're going to obviously where the fashion section is at. So every major could technically go out and get their own advertiser. And we just basically put them according to their major.
And I wanted to ask, ask you guys if you could make an effort to see if you can find local businesses that would like to invest in this magazine as well. I kind of neglected last meeting to let you guys know that another company wants to sponsor us somehow. It's West Elm. Anyone ever heard of West Elm? No. West Elm. It's a furniture, lifestyle, design store. And what they do is they have like I went into a store. It's really nice as far as like design when it comes to type. Pretty much engages all of our majors in that. And also, as far as that same store, they also use it as a place to showcase local artists' work. They told me if you know anybody that would like to be interested in showcasing their work, direct them towards West Elm, and I will go ahead and talk with them. If anyone wants to showcase any work. So if you're interested, come see me after the meeting. With the West Elm. Elm. What's like Elm Street? Yeah, Elm Street. Like Freddie versus we're just Freddie. And as far as assigning the jobs, we still need people to do the sales team, to be a part of the sales team, and also to be a part of the recruitment team. The sales team is very important. I need people who are good speakers, who can be able to articulate in front of people, and also can be able to sell the product. Who here thinks they can possibly do that?
Those would be the people who go to stores.
Yes, those are the people who come and talk with these people.
Who in here is an AI student? Well, why are y'all not raising your hands? Oh, there you go. There you volunteers.
There will be some kind of training also. There will be some kind of training in how to go ahead and approach them. By me and anyone else that has any experience in it. I mean, when it comes down to selling, as long as you build value in what this is, and there's a lot of value to be built, it should actually be a pretty easy sale. You just have to go in there confidently and knowledgeable. That's basically what it is.
Because these companies, it's a recession is hit. If you're gonna talk to them, you gotta at least know what you're talking about. You can't come there trying to sell something you don't really know a lot about. But we're gonna make sure we walk you guys through and train you. We just need a small team of about at least 5.
5 would be nice.
5? At least 5. Anybody raise your hand if you think you can take this job. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 4 people? All right.
You're a good sign for your interview.
5?
I wanted to encourage y'all. I can't be
Wait,
doing
are
all
we
the
fine? We're
jobs.
6 now.
Hey, there you go. Just in
1,
case.
2, 3.
That's
You
fine.
raise your hand, right? You could 4, 5, 6.
So let's see. We'll pass this around so people can put their names down as far as that. And so we'll get together with Mike and see if we can get something going where we can have
training?
Yeah, training classes. On the job training classes.
Quick, can I just jump in something real quick?
Yes.
I think that's a great exercise, by the way, to kind of get out there and get your name out there and the school's name out there. And that'll be really good for folks to kind of get out of their comfort zone, reach out to professionals, So that's not always easy if you're really outgoing. So I think it's a great exercise. I would say at this stage, I'd be a little bit cautious with probably how much we ask for. So I definitely yield to Michael's wisdom in terms of advertising cost, because it's your major, right? I guess where I think it would be wise to be wary, at least at this stage, is we haven't put out a magazine yet. So if the first one isn't great, that's okay from a learning perspective and a student perspective. But if they dish out $250 or $500 and the magazine's not okay, we risk really alienating or upsetting some potential good partners or future supporters. So if you're willing to be creative, maybe it's like, first issue free and then you win them over. Or first issue say, hey, it's a student effort, we're going to give you this ridiculously cheap rate of $25, but then once you see it, you'll see we'll have to charge more. Just to kind of show them that we're going to put together a great publication. They haven't really committed to a large sum of money. And if the first one goes pretty good, then we have some credibility. But I fear if the first one doesn't go great, that's okay. That's great for learning and great for a club. But we don't want to be on the hook for answering to a bunch of angry business folks. Shelled out a couple $100 each.
Well, I mean, $250 realistically, that's for a small business. It's not too bad, especially considering it's going to be for 11 weeks, more or less. Each edition is about 3 months long. That basically breaks it down to like about $75, $100 a month, which is chump change for small businesses. 500, that might have been a little bit too ambitious. That's actually an average budget for a small business looking to advertise. But we can start off with 250 just to get the ball rolling. I mean, maybe we can drop it down to 100, 150. But I mean, 250 really isn't too much for a small business when they're considering it's going to be in the hands of students that are going to be going to these stores or going to these locations for a total of 3 months. So we'll get into a little bit more once we get everything together.
That makes sense. So maybe I guess I'll tweak my approach. Maybe it's just really important that you guys, when you're out there, kind of winning these folks over, maybe just make it crystal clear that it's a student club and a student production.
So, as far as Diego, you were saying that as far as did you find a quote or anything as far as the rates?
Pretty much everything that I found, they pretty much they were trying to pretty much asking us to increase our volume. That way, that'll make it cheaper per cost. But then, there's a flip side to that because then we have our initial startup cost or initial investment cost. It becomes higher. So producing a 300 copy magazine at what, $800? Now becomes producing 1,000 copy magazine at 1,000 something bucks. So if pricing fits, then we can definitely increase it. But they were really looking to increase it. I think that what you guys got the first time was probably the best bet for now, especially initiating the first issue. But if it's something that we look to increase the circulation, then definitely we can give them a call and get a pretty good price.
What is actually the first? It's going to be 1,000.
No, it's going to be 300 copies.
Oh, 300 copies.
300 copies that will be released in the school. Circulation is going to be in school. The local businesses that that we would like to target are the ones that are specifically for students that they're trying to get. You know what I mean? So
I mean, if we have like you were saying, if we, the whole thing about the value. I mean, it's kind of a disadvantage only circulating 300 copies to a student body of 2,000. It's kind of a disadvantage. So that's why the pricing, we really can't be really over ambitious about charging so much because when they're asking how many